Good morning, gamers. Welcome back. This is my build update for Blood Warlock. I would consider this about day 3 and 4. Last time you saw me, I was level 75 and working towards empowered monoliths. Now, I'm level 90 and have a lot to share. The biggest thing that I've learned is how to properly play the build. My biggest flaw as a gamer is that I have a very hard time reading tooltips and what my abilities do. This goes for pretty much every game I play. I've always been pretty impatient and just want to learn from experience and figure it out. Well, I finally caved and read every button I pressed to figure out what I was doing wrong. The main interaction with this build is a passive called Carnage, which makes it so that Rip Blood casts marrow shards, which is really where all our damage is. I was under the impression that every cast of Rip Blood casts marrow shards. My mistake? Turns out, it only gets triggered if you hit a rare or unique enemy, or at least 3 normal magic enemies. While I was mapping, I would sometimes do ZDPS, and this is why. Since becoming a normal human being who can read, my gameplay and maps has gotten much smoother. Because my defenses are so high, I have no issue walking past enemies until I find a large pack or a rare. Bossing is also no issue, because of how much damage marrow shards does. One thing that has been really fun is using a rare at the edge of my screen to trigger marrow shards and destroy all the monsters near me. As for my gear, it has improved substantially. I've followed the max roll build guide, and being in the merchant guild has made getting the pieces very simple. Learning how to legendary craft was a hassle, however, and I wasted many keys. I thought about making a quick guide specifically for Season 4, so that no one else needs to waste time or money. The biggest upgrade, and my luckiest, was the helmet. I was looking at what all my runes did. Since I have so many from Rift Beasts and saw the Rune of Redemption, I used it on a helmet, and within 3 uses, I had tier 7 marrow shards. I slapped it on the unique and got even stronger. As of March 31st, the build planner changed the helmet from Bone Clamor Barbute to the Seed of Yggdrasil. Before recording this video, I quickly bought the unique and did some maps with it. Not sure yet which I prefer. I won't fully know until I also swap my rings, since I specifically got them for the previous helmet. Uncapped necrotic resistance gave me ward per second, but the new one gives me something like mind over matter, from Path of Exile, until I get lucky or have enough gold to get to red rings. I might look into stacking mana on 2 different rings to see how high my defenses go. There's one annoying thing with the build, and it's that it's hard to tell when Aura of Decay is on, since there aren't any indicators that an aura is active, like in Path of Exile. If you see bleed debuff on your character, then you're good to go. The new helmet is very strong because any damage you take is taken by your mana first, and your endurance is stronger when it applies to mana. This type of defensive layer is super strong in PoE, so we'll see how good it is in last Epoch. Learning endgame has been kind of confusing, but I think I'm starting to understand it. I want my blessings from the empowered monolith bosses, but I can't gain corruption if I fight the bosses. I don't really know what my plan of action is going to be yet. As of now, I'm probably going to just speedrun empowered monoliths to get all my blessings. Then just work on corruption afterwards, but I'm not sure yet. Rift Beasts are still my favorite monsters to fight, purely off the dopamine. No other enemy in the game spits out loot quite like them. I briefly learned about Nemesis eggs from a YouTube video, and I'm probably going to buy up a bunch of the uniques. I need to see if I get any good upgrades. I also still haven't corrupted any of my gear yet. To be honest, I'm just unlucky with that type of currency, and I don't want to end up ruining what I have. Sometimes, unlucky all the time. So that's the build so far. I'm very strong, and my defenses are super high. With the new helmet, I'm enjoying this build so much, and I feel like I made a great pick. My favorite builds in games like this are rarely the super zoomy glass cannons. I love playing tanky builds. I played Molten Strike of the Zenith in this Path of Exile League. Again, which should tell you everything about what I like doing. In terms of gear, my next goal is to experiment with some rings. My first instinct is mana stacking, but we'll see what happens. Last I checked, 1 LP red rings are like 3 million gold, and I need 2 of them, and 2 rings with good tier 7 affixes. That might never happen, since I have no idea how to effectively make gold in this game. In the meantime, I'm going to look for proper idols and an omen window. This still confuses me, but I'll probably commit a cardinal sin, and put the exact items I need from the build guide into trade, and pay a premium. My Weaver tree isn't anything special. I unlocked the imprint windows, but I still don't know much about imprinting, so eventually I'll fill them with something. Unfortunately, I still don't really like trade in this game that much. Price checking is such a slog, and truthfully, I don't know much about other builds to know. Off the top of my head, if I dropped a crazy unique or tier 7 affix. On top of that, getting gold is super slow. The only big trade I've made so far was a random 3 LP belt. I sold for 3.5 million gold, but there was no brain power involved. I'm not done with this build yet. I can still see massive upgrades to make with 2 or 3 LP uniques, but I'm very much looking forward to trying out the Circle of Fortune. The other upgrade I'm not sure about yet is my relic. The build planner talks about this primordial unique that gives me more power with my idols. Obviously, I've put in close to 0 time with my idols, so that would be a multi-phase upgrade. I see the upside, but I like the heart, because I just wear it, and that's it. That's everything. Thank you for watching. I'll post a level 100 update, and probably one more after that. I'm enjoying the process of documenting this. See you in the next one, smiley face.